Welcome to Inspirational Women. This week we head down to Crawford to hear from the remarkable Shamima Hendricks, who went from hawking her intricate crystal designs from her home to owning her own decor and gift shop. Next we pop down to Wynberg to speak to Shahida Ali, the self-motivated director of renowned La Femme Women's Wellness Center, about how she guides and influences other women to find strength from within. Lastly, we catch up with heroic Nadia Anthony to discuss her selfless work with disabled children across the province. Join our hosts Najwa Muhammad Ladi and Abida Dixon Muhammad now to hear from these inspirational women.
Assalamu alaikum and welcome to Inspirational Woman. My name is Najwa Muhammad Ladi and today we're sitting in a store called Crystal Paradise. It's beautiful, it's elegant and so sophisticated in here, I must say. I'm going to talk to the owner of the store, Sister Shamima Hendricks. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, Sister Shamima.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
How are you, Auntie Shamima?
I'm well, alhamdulillah, Najwa, and you?
I'm very well, Auntie Shamima, and thank you very much for having the ITV crew here in your store. Beautiful, as I said, and I'm sure our viewers will obviously see, what the store is all about. And Shamima, before I start with the business part of who you are, the entrepreneur, if you can maybe just tell us a little bit, who is Shamima Hendricks?
Well, Shamima Hendricks is just Shamima Hendricks with no frills attached,
No frills, yes.
Yeah. I've been involved, as you know, with the community for many, many years.
Yes.
And my business started about 27 years ago.
27 years ago.
Yeah.
Wow.
Very humble beginnings. Started from, I would say, about 2 boxes of crystal.
Okay.
And, the rest is history.
Yes.
And that was from my home, and it grew over the years, and I operated from home for quite a long time.
Mm-hmm.
And then the store became available, and we've been here for the past 5 years.
And Sister Shamima, you said you traded from home and it started 27 years ago. Was it difficult at that time, 27 years ago, as a woman, as a female, to start a little business?
Not really. It wasn't difficult. It was, the things are quite expensive
That's
today.
right, because of the crystal, the product that you were selling.
But at that time, it was affordable to some people.
Yes.
So a friend of mine who worked for a crystal company introduced me to, the crystals, and I've loved crystals all my life, for its beauty and these shiny things, because I like shiny things, And
Shamima, I believe there's also some health benefits to crystals, because you also did a crystal therapy course.
That's correct,
Can you
Najwa.
tell us about that as well?
There's 2 different types of crystals. The one that comes from the ground, that's under the earth's crust, as you call it, and those we call the gemstones, like the diamond and emerald and things like that, gemstones, semi-precious stones and precious stones. The crystals, as in like the crystal that are man-made, they are actually man-made in a laboratory under the same conditions, the same type of heat that you get under the ground. So they are not actually the gemstones. So gemstones have been prized for their beauty and their quality and the energies that they give off from a health point of view, and also for jewelry. People, the women love to wear all these, the jewelry, So it's 2 completely different things. And under the crust of the earth, there's this beautiful kaleidoscope of colors, like the purples, and they all sort of mix into one, and they are mined, you see. So that is the gemstones, and then we've got the crystals that are man-made,
And Shamima, what we see on our table here, what would this be? Is this just crystal glass?
This is crystal glass,
Okay.
you know,
And this is man.
sort of glorified glass, as they call it.
Yes.
It's man-made, and they are faceted like diamonds are faceted, and that is why the shine.
Yes, yes. How do we actually clean or keep your crystals clean? Because often, you see your crystals are forever shining. So is there a certain way that it needs to be cleaned?
Very easy to clean crystals. I actually wash them in just like a little bit of soapy water,
Yes.
and then we clean them with like window lean or something.
Okay.
Yeah, it keeps the shine.
Okay. And Shemima, if we look at your products and your store, mashallah, it's beautiful. Many might think it's not affordable, to the man in the street. Is it affordable to everybody?
Absolutely.
Yes.
I mean,
Yes.
some of my products, it is really affordable. In fact, lots of people that come in here,
Yes.
they obviously think that is very expensive, but then they
Expensive, yes.
pleasantly surprised at the prices,
And in terms of your products coming into the country, do you have buyers all over the world bringing in your products?
Well, there are some agents in South Africa that obviously source the products from all over the world.
Yes.
Europe, Germany, France, and places like that.
Yes.
And of course, we can't discount China as well, because they also got beautiful things now. But yes, but for the first time, I brought in my own container, which we just unpacked, and this is what you see, so it's exclusive to Crystal Paradise.
So this is really the story, Auntie Shamima. After 27 years, obviously, of perseverance, very hard work, very dedicated, because I know Auntie Shamima is here almost 7 days a week.
Yes.
You managed to get your own container out. So it was really a long journey for you to get where you are today.
Yes, phenomenal,
Yes.
but a long journey, and meeting lots of thousands of people
Yes.
along the way, they become like family, they become your friends and things like that.
And Shamima, are you on social media? Can people maybe even book online? Are you that way with your business?
Yes, Najwa, when I started out,
Yes.
of course there was no social media,
That's right.
no WhatsApp, no Facebook, no Instagram, but now it works wonders for us.
Yes.
You can call us now like an online store. So when we put our pictures out there, we get lots of orders coming through, like on Facebook or Instagram, and
Yes. And Shamima, if I look at your products that you have, do you have a bestseller?
Very difficult to say, because you some things that you think would sell very fast, they sometimes don't.
Yeah.
And then the things like there are lots of bestsellers for me, lots of that, and people just love crystal.
We all love crystal. And tell me, Shamima, might be a silly question, is it only females, ladies, that come and purchase your product? Or do we get...
Surprisingly enough, there are a few men that, their wives are not interested,
But they are.
but they are.
Okay.
They love, crystals, they come in, but more it would be the women,
Yeah. And Shamima, your story to the world, because I think it's very important. The crux of our show, Inspirational Women, is really to inspire the community, and particularly the women out there. What would you like to tell to the world in terms of how you started and in terms of perseverance?
Well, I started with very humble beginnings. Started right from the bottom, and I got the support of this wonderful, vibrant community of Cape Town, the area that I live in, and all other areas as well. And so, you must be passionate about what you do. And I think you've got to run the business as a businesswoman, be in that business yourself, I think that is my success story. And I've actually handed it over to my capable daughter, now Rushta, that will be going forward with it from here.
Okay, but I'm sure Mommy will be in the background.
Mommy will always be, inshallah, as long as I am here.
As long as you can.
I will always be there.
And the fact, Auntie Shamima, that your store, this opulent store, is in the heart really of the Cape Flats. You know, it's Athlone, and a person would think it's in a very affluent area, and because it's your passion. Yeah. Any future plans? Maybe opening a new store or another store, inshallah?
Maybe at a later stage, maybe another store, but we will actually add at the store, you know, as you go along. It's what the people look for, what the people, you try and source it for them. So as we've added on the silk flowers and things like that, so we will probably add on a few new items.
And Shamima, I also want to ask you, in terms of community, I know you are a community activist. How does your community benefit from you and from your store?
Najwa, I am involved with quite a few charity organizations, and yes, I do whatever I can and whenever I can to uplift the community. And I also have a few workers with me that are also from the underprivileged background. So I try and empower them, teach them skills, like even like wrapping of gifts and things like that. That's also a skill. So we try and empower them and let them move on, further on, you see.
Now we see that on Facebook all the time, how perfect your gifts are being wrapped. And Shamima, I want to really say thank you very much from the ITV Crew Network for having us here and for really making a difference on the Cape Flats, because often we don't get this. We must go to affluent areas, as I said, to buy this product at mostly unaffordable prices. But here at Crystal Paradise in Athlone, we can all buy a crystal that's affordable. So shukran very much for what you've given us.
Shukran to you, Najwa, and your team. I am truly honored to be on your show, and shukran for thinking about me.
It's only a pleasure, and may Almighty Allah just grant you the strength to continue and do much more inspirational things in your community. Inshallah. Well, from myself and Sister Shamima Hendricks here at Crystal Paradise, and I'm sure our viewers will love the store. All of the best until we meet again. Fi amanillah. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. Well, that's our interview with Sister Shamima Hendricks from Crystal Paradise. And as you've heard, with perseverance, dedication and hard work, you can achieve your goals. From myself, wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome to Inspirational Woman, and today I'm sitting with the director of the Women Wellness Center in Wynberg, that's in Cape Town. My name is Najwa Muhammad Ladi, and this director's name is Sister Shahida Ali. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, Sister Shahida.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, Najma. Nice to have you here today.
Thank you. Thank you. Shukran for the invitation. It's so overwhelming to be here, I must say. Walking in, we could feel the tranquility of the center. So it was a good feeling, Shahida. Shukran for that. Sister Shahida, if you can maybe just tell our viewers a little bit, just a bio, a brief summary of who you are before we go into the center itself, inshallah.
Okay. Alhamdulillah, I am a Muslim woman. And I refer to myself as a woman with dignity and respect, right? And who demand respect, but also would like to, promote that amongst women, because it starts with us as a person, and I refer to myself also as a very friendly person. I can chat a lot, maybe sometimes too much, but I'm also a very private woman, right? Also, I think boundaries is very important.
Yes.
And yes, I come from a very humble background, right? And from a very strict family, parents who were hardworking, but also, my father was probably one of my biggest teachers, my first teacher, probably my greatest inspiration. And I think he propelled me into who I am today and what I do, because he kind of insisted that education is the key to the success of women, empowering of women, but also just that you have that quality of life
That's
that
right.
you want, you know. And I think my mom, on the other hand, you know, alhamdulillah, she reached 80 years old. And I think her mother, my grandmother, reached the most beautiful age of 99.
Oh my word, mashallah,
And
that's
alhamdulillah.
amazing.
Yes, and I had the pleasure of looking after both of them.
Wow.
And I think that in itself probably speaks to the gene of pools that I might inherit, alhamdulillah.
Inshallah. Well, I'm sure, you know, our viewers can
Yes.
see the beauty and, you know,
Yeah.
the freshness, alhamdulillah.
And I'm also a wife to a very supportive husband.
Great.
And I only have one daughter, Sarah, and as I said, she's a very beautiful, dignified woman in her own right, alhamdulillah. And of course, not forgetting my most humble son-in-law,
Oh, mashallah. So you've
Lukman.
actually got 2 children now.
alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah. Sister Shahida, this wellness center, La Femme, beautiful name. I don't know if I say it correctly.
Translates into woman.
Okay.
It just says women. La femme is French for women.
French for women. Beautiful name. So you feel good even just saying that name. How long ago did you start this organization or became the director of this organization?
Okay, I was the founding director of La Femme Wellness Center in Wynberg, and it started in August of 2015, which is very significant because it's Women's Month.
That's
And I think it was a kind of a passion of mine always, you know, to establish a space and a place where women can come to, where they can feel comfortable, right, and be able to come for support or just to be heard, you know. So alhamdulillah, I think it has been a journey on its own.
Shahida, what do you offer here at the Women Wellness Center in
Okay.
Wynberg?
You know, maybe just to speak to the mission of the center.
That's right.
I think it's the objective and the mission very clearly is about empowering women,
That's right.
right? But it's about a place where women can find their voice, you know, develop that sense of purpose, who they are, right? And translate that, you know, into a quality of life that they aspire to for themselves,
Yes.
as well as the families and the community.
Yes.
Because, you know, women are connected in many different ways.
Yes.
We're more than just the role that has been given to us, you know, as a wife, as a childbearer, as a housewife, as this, as that. However, you know, for us, my sense is that women need to make that definition for herself. She needs to define who she is, what is her purpose in life,
That's right.
you know, and what is her sense of quality of life and well-being.
That's
You know, quality of life is a relative term.
right.
You know, my sense of quality of life is different for
Different.
you.
Right.
You know, so it's not about being prescriptive and saying you must be this or that.
Right.
You know, it's about developing, educating, empowering women, right, to discover. It's like going on a journey of self-discovery,
That's right.
right? So
At a
that
very, very tender age, I must say. eh?
yes,
Yes.
and that is why we actually accommodate women of all ages.
Fantastic.
You know, whether it's young, mature, we don't talk old,
No.
we talk mature,
Okay.
as well as, you know, adolescent women,
Right.
right? Because we feel that that's the most kind of brittle age, you
Yeah.
know, and very kind of an influential age and stage of a woman's life, you know, that can actually determine the future.
That's
So I think it's also a case of where we say we we empowering women to actually, you know, to develop and make positive as well as kind of life choices, you know, informed life choices,
Yes.
right? And but not just to be able to make choices, but to transform those choices,
Right.
you know, into something that would be beneficial to her,
Yes.
her family, and the community.
Yes.
Because, you know, women are connected in many different ways. I have a very special quote, you know,
Please share it with
where I
us.
say to women, you know, that we make up half of mankind, and we gave birth to the other half.
Oh, mashallah. That is so beautiful.
Isn't that profound?
That is so strong. That is
And
so
I mean,
strong.
that in itself elevates the strength and the resilience of women.
Correct.
You know, and I think sometimes women don't realize that strength, that resilience, you know, their capabilities, their abilities, you know, that they possess. And Le Femme is basically that space where we kind of inspire and empower and educate women to elevate that voice, you know, so that they can actually be the best they can be. You know, but it's a self-determined kind of sense of well-being and a quality of life, because it's not about, you know, how other people perceive you. You know, how there's so many assumptions, and especially Muslim women.
That's right. Yes.
You know, in
and I think
our communities.
you're changing the mindset, really,
Yes.
of the world to say and to showcase the rights of the Muslim woman.
Yeah.
Alhamdulillah, and that's amazing. Sister Shahida, in terms of giving back to the community, how does that work? Because I also know you're very active as a community activist.
Yeah, I think, you know, there's also a beautiful saying where we say that women, or we as Muslims, need to seek knowledge from the cradle to the grave, you know.
Right.
And I think that in itself is a profound principle on which I operate. And, you know, so for me, educating and transferring knowledge and skills, you know, that is one of the key principles that I kind of use and I give back to the communities where I do pro bono work.
Yes.
And I love working with women's centers and shelters.
Correct.
I work specifically with one particular one, which is the Sarki Bartman Women's Center.
Yes. In
where-
Heidelberg?
Yes,
Okay.
and you know, also just supporting,
That's right.
whether it's the staff, helping them to manage stress.
That's right.
Because we're a wellness center, so we focus very much on well-being, holistic well-being.
That's right.
You know, but I do that, and I do advocacy work, specifically promoting for the rights of women, also involving task teams and groups, specifically denouncing violence against women and children, the whole issue around gender-based violence, which is a very personal thing in terms of our communities. It's much closer to home than what we think, right? And it happens right under our noses. So,
Sister Shahida, you're briefly, you know, we need to wrap up our show. Your secret to your success and your opening times of your center, please.
okay, just the opening times of our center is we operate from Mondays to Saturdays. We have special times on a Saturday from 9 to 1 p.m. and 2 evenings in the week from a Wednesday and a Thursday from 9 until 7 p.m. Because we accommodate women, you know, professional women who are working women, also housewives, I call it house executives, home executives.
Home executive.
So that women can have access.
Correct.
Right? Because it's about accessing resources and services. So, alhamdulillah, that has been very, very useful. And then I think just in terms of my inspirational message,
Right.
I think all women should embark on a personal journey of self-discovery and a sense of self-worth. Know what you're capable of, know your sense of self-worth, know your abilities, make a difference, own who you are, you know, transform, empower, transform, and enrich. 3 words that I have, you know, that we need to empower ourselves with knowledge. We need to transform in terms of our lifestyle, you know, and always improve ourselves and to be better, and also to enrich our lives and those around us.
Very, very, very important, those around, because I think we touch so many lives.
Yes.
Sister Shada, shukran so very much. It was such an honor just to sit in your company because we can feel the love coming from your side. So from the ITV crew, we want to really thank you for hosting us here today.
Alhamdulillah, shukran, jazakallah, and I wish ITV all the best, inshallah, and may they grow from strength to strength also.
Amen, inshallah. Well, that was my dear sister Shahida Ali, the director of La Femme here in Wynberg. From myself, Najwa Muhammad Ladi, until we meet again, fi amanillah, wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. And that's our show for today from the Women Wellness Center, La Femme in Cape Town, Wynberg. And remember, you are special. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh.
Assalamu alaikum, hallo en hartelijke welkom by Inspirational Woman. Ek is Abida Dixon Mohammed. En my Inspirational Woman vandag is Nadia Anthony, 'n gestremde onderwyseres. En ek kan my net indink wat 'n persoon moet deurmaak of die liefde wat 'n mens moet hê vir 'n gestremde kind. Ek kan nie my indinkie, maar vandag wil ek meer by Auntie Nadia weet, hoe loop haar dag wanneer sy besig is met gestremde kinders. Assalamu alaikum, Auntie Nadia.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, Auntie Abida.
Ooh,
En die ITV se crew.
ek moet sê, u groet dan so pragtig, né?
Baie shukran.
Auntie Nadia, om vir my persoonlik,
Ja,
om met
Abida.
gestremde kinders te werk, ek het nie 'n idee nie. Maar kan u dalk net vir ons kykers vertel, wat behels 'n onderwyser om te werk met gestremde kinders?
Ja, Auntie Abida, nommer 1, dit is nie maklik nie. Dit is nie maklik nie. En die onderwyser, sy moet ekstra. Hulle sê altyd, die onderwyser moet het patience het en so aan, geduld het, maar ekstra geduld. Maar ook die empathie kom ook saam. Dit is 'n hele package van emosies. Dit hang af van jou binne. Die passie moet daar wees om 'n verandering te maak. Nommer 1 is, ons moet die kinders aanvaar met hulle gebrek. Dit is baie belangrik, want hulle het ook gevoelens. As ons vir hulle gaan aanvaar en hulle gaan voel, maar dan gaan hulle nie veilig voel in jou klas en by jou skool nie. So dit is belangrik. En die respek, ons moet hulle respek. En ook meer belangrik, ons moet uitvind oor hulle gebrek. So ons moet 'n lifelong learner wees om uit te gaan vind daar's verskillende tipe van gestremdheid.
Ja.
En dan moet ons gaan leer ook om met die kinders te werk. Maar nommer 1 sal ek sê, ons moet liefde wys. Ons moet liefde wys. En aanvaarding.
Nou sê gou vir my, u praat nou dan van gaan leer. Nou, as ons nou praat van leer, ons weet dan nou onderwysers, hulle moet nou gaan nou miskien na diversity en allerlei tipe van goeders om te
Ja,
leer.
ja,
Is dit dan ook wat u hulle moet deurmaak?
Ja, Auntie Abida, van kuns af al. Ek is 'n persoon met baie passie en ek is 'n mens. En ek voel ons is daar om vir mekaar te help. En woorde, dit bou ook vir jou op. Mooi woorde, dat kan mense inspireer. So, ek het van altyd gesê ek wil 'n onderwyseres wees. Maar die geldjies was nie daar nie. Ek het die bursary gekry nie en so aan en na matriek en toe ek nou in 'n kantoor gaan werk.
Okay.
Ek het vir amper 10 jaar in die kantoor gewerk, maar ek het altyd geweet dit is nie hier wat ek wil wees nie. My hart was nie toe meer in die kantoor nie. Ek wil met ou mense en met kinders werk. En ek het toe op ek was 28 jaar oud, sal ek sê. Toe het ek teruggegaan om te gaan studeer. Daarom wil ek sê vir die mense, dit maak nie saak hoe oud jy is nie. As dit jou passie is, dan moet jy aanhou daarmee.
Okay.
En veral om mense te uplift. En ek dink dit is so mooi. En veral vir 'n moslim. Want ons moet wys dat ons moslims is daar om mense te uplift. Ons is nie daar om mense af te breek nie. En dit is belangrik. En in 'n rol dat jy is net 'n onderwyser nie. Jy is 'n mamma. Jy is 'n mamma in die klas. je raakt die kind zijn vriend. En dat is amazing, Antabita. Ik kan het niet beschrijven, want
Ek hoop dat nou u het nou mooi daar geluister wat Auntie Nadia gesê het om te sê sy was 28 jaar oud toe sy nou weer moet gaan studeer. En dit is nou natuurlik seker by die universiteit en so aan. So moenie dink veral vir julle wat nou skool geverlaat het dat julle nie kan studeer nie. Want geld is nie altyd alles nie. Ja, mens moet betaal alles met geld, maar daar is 'n manier hoe om jou geld reg te maak om iets te wil doen. Nou, Auntie Nadia, as ons nou praat van gestremde kinders, van watter ouderdom af praat ons nou in die skool?
van de school af Antabita. Ik had gewerkt bij Mary Harding School. En dat was, dan kom ik kinderen van 6 jaar oud af. Dan gaan hulle naar de junior groep toe. En dan blijven hulle bij de school. Die kan blijven van 6 jaar tot 18 jaar oud bij de school. Ja, dat is de junior groep, de intermediate groep, de senior groep en dan de schoolliever groep. Zo ik kan in al die groepen werken, maar ik had verkies om met de schoolliever groep te werken, want hulle is nou die school verlaten. Soos ons nou sal sê, die kind is nou matriek. Dit is nou de laatste jaar nou van school en dan is hulle klaar.
Maar as ek nou gou moet inkom daar, as ons nou praat van skoolliewes, hy verlaat die skool, dan hoe is u nog steeds betrokke met daai kind?
Ja, ons is nog altijd betrokken met hulle, want dan moet ons nou vir hulle 'n plek kry by die protective workshops van Cape Mental Health. Cape Mental Health is 'n organisasie.
Ja.
Dan het hulle protective workshops en na 18 jaar, hulle vat nou weer hulle clients aan van 18 jaar oud af. Dit is 'n hele proses. Al die laaste jaar van die skoollewe, parental involvement moet daar wees. Die parents is altyd on board. Ons is 'n multifunctional team wat werk, omdat die kinders verskillende gestremdhede het. Daar en dan het ons 'n speech therapist, 'n physiotherapist. Alles is daar on board met die kinders. En dan werk ons saam en ons doen aansoek vir die kinders. Maar daar is, ek moet ook noem nou, dat ons praat van die werkswinkels, daar is veel te min werkwinkels. Ek weet van kinders wat sit nou nog by die huis.
Want ek wou nou net vra,
Dit is hartroerend, Antabita.
Dit was gewees dat as jy gestrem is, kan jy nie werk nie, jy kan nie die nie, want jy kan nie daai nie. Maar dit is nou heel wat anders nou vandag. En in u opinie, hoeveel suksesstories was daar nou al reeds met julle wat werk met gestremde skoolliewes in die werksplek?
O ja, as laat me nou dink, op 'n donderdag, dan het ons ook 'n program gehad wat ons van ons skoolliewes, dan gaan hulle uit om te gaan casual by 'n Shoprite en so aan. Dan pak hulle die rakke reg en hulle jaag daar by die tel om alles in te sit en so aan. En dan is daar suksesstories, kan ek sê, van ons leerders. Hulle werk nou vir Shoprite.
Te veel.
Shoprite het hulle
Maar
deure vir hulle oopgemaak.
ons praat dan nou van gestremdhede, né?
Ja.
Maar werk jy dan nou net met kinders wat gestremd is op wat ook al op hulle liggaam, maar het jy ook die gestremd een wat dalk miskien nie kan praat nie? Hoe hanteer of bewerk jy daai een?
Ja, Antabita, ek het ook 'n kursus gedoen in sign language gedoen.
Sign language.
Sign language, sodat ons mekaar beter kan verstaan. Maar 'n mens moet 'n manier kry, daar's different maniere hoe 'n mens met 'n gestremde persoon kan praat, wat jy kan praat nie. Verstaan? Daar ons kan hulle nie net so los aan Antabita. Hulle kan nie net daar sit en ons dink, dit is die persepsie wat die mense het. Ek is jammer om te sê. Ek kan nie sê almal nie. Ek sê sommige mense dink dat 'n gestremde persoon weet nie wat om hulle aangaan nie. Hulle is net daar en hulle is net daar. Dit is nie so nie. 'n Mens moet intap into hulle in en dan en Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala maak dit vir mens maklik ook Antabita. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala guide vir ons hoe ons met hulle kan te werk gaan. En that's amazing. En dan verstaan hulle vir jou. En 'n mens verstaan vir hulle op die ou einde.
Wel, ek moet sê die feit dat jy kan sign language doen is vir my wonderlik. Regtig wonderlik. Want dit is iets wat ek al lankal aan gedink het, maar ek kom net nooit so ver nie. En ek moet sê, u inspireer my nou eintlik met daai storie, die feit dat u nou kan sign language ook doen.
Ja.
Hoeveel kinders het u omtrent wat u mee werk wat dan sign language nodig het?
Daar's altyd baie kinders aan Antabita. En die ouers ook. Ons leer vir die ouers ook hoe om met die kind te werk. Ek doen werkswinkels ook om vir die ouers te betrek. En dan as ek nou net van die ouers ook kan praat, sommige ouers, Hulle verstaan nie. Hulle verstaan nie. Sommige ouers, hulle is in denial ook oor die gebrek. Ek is jammer om te sê, maar dit is so. Ek praat van ondervinding. Sommige ouers, hulle is in denial omdat die kind so gestremd is. Hulle kan nie verstaan nie. Daar's baie vrae wat hulle vra. Sommige kere is dit ook die pa blameer die ma blameer die pa. Maar dan het ons suksesstories ook waar die families, hulle verstaan en hulle aanvaar die kind, hulle aanvaar, maar die kind wat is vir my geskoor het, die kind is 'n blessing en ek moet nou kyk na die kind, maar dit is nie maklik nie, dit is nie maklik om 'n ouer te wees, die gemeenskap ook aan buitekant, die bure, die community, sommige mense, in sommige communities, daar word die kinders gereject. Die kinders wil nie met gestremde kinders speel nie.
Want is amper soos hulle is op hulle vlak.
Ja, en dan spot hulle ook gestremde mense. Nou dit is wat vir my so seer maak. Daarom het ek gevoel, nee, ons moet die mense educate. Die wat nog nie weet nie, ons moet hulle educate en as ek die werkswinkels gee en so aan. Ek vra nie geld aan te bied, want almal is op 'n different social level en sommige mense kan betaal vir workshops, ander mense kan nie. So ek wil hê mense moet uitmis op inligting en op guidance en inspiration, omdat hulle nou nie geld het.
En wat vir hulle
Dit
belangrik
is die regie.
Voor ons net gou gaan vir 'n breek. Jy laat my nou dink aan, ek het 'n vriend wat 'n geboorte gegee het aan 'n baba. En dan daar was hele klompie komplikasies met haar gewees. En hulle kon nie verstaan het hoekom nie. Want die eerste kind is normaal, maar die tweede kind is nie.
Ja.
En dan heel later in hulle geskiedenis kom hulle agter dat een van hulle familielede het daai tipe van siekte gehad. En dit was vir hulle nou eintlik 'n bietjie verstommend, want hulle het dit
Hulle het nie geweet, hulle mediese geskiedenis geweet nie. Dit kan genetiek ook wees aan diabetes. Daar is verskillende oorsake van gestremdheid. En dan kry mens die VAS ook, die fetal alcohol syndrome. En dan is dit die ma wat drink gedurende die pregnancy. En dan word die fetus al, die brein, dit word al beskadig al, van die alcohol en van die bier al.
Wel, bly ingeskakel. Ons is nou weer terug. Wanneer ons terugkom, wil ek 'n bietjie verder by Auntie Nadia hoor wat verder met hierdie kinders kan gebeur. Welkom terug by die program Inspirational Woman. En ek gesels nog steeds met Nadia Anthony. En ek gaan vir julle sê, hierdie vrou is darem 'n slim vrou. Sjoe. Ek is baie jonger as die Auntie, maar die Auntie hardloop my weg met al haar geleerdheid. Auntie Nadia, ons het nou so 'n lekker grappie gemaak en so aan. En nou gepraat oor die kinders van gestremdheid en u as 'n onderwyser en so aan. Maar dan is u dan ook 'n lecturer. Ek kan dit nie glo nie. Vertel vir ons kykers 'n bietjie daarvan.
Ja, Auntie Abida, vir die afgelope 5 jaar doen ek nou lecturing. En ek voel baie goed daaroor, want nou kan ek ook almal my experience van oor die jare kan ek nou deel. En my studente, hulle is almal practitioners. Hulle van crashes, hulle werk met kinders in die ECD department, Early Childhood Development Department. Ek werk vir Falls College. Ek het in Muizenberg se campus gewerk, Mitchellsplein op 'n Saterdag gewees, maar nou was ek in Khayelitsha campus. En my studente is ook prinsipale van crashes. Hulle is owners van crashes en dan werk ek ook met graad R juffrouens en dan ek doen besoeke, ek moet gaan klasbesoeke doen om vir hulle te help en aan te moedig en van classroom management doen ons en alles oor die assessment wat om te doen en net as 'n mentor om daarvan om te wees as 'n mentor.
Nou ons het nog even net ons gepraat dat u iets genoem het van 'n nuwe ietsie wat die Suid-Afrikaanse onderwyser goedjies nou doen van die jong span tot ouderdom van 4.
Ja,
Wat is daai nou weer?
Auntie Abida, dit is baie belangrik nou, want eers was daar niks curriculum van baba tot 4 jaar oud nie. Want die CAPS training, die curriculum assessment policy statement, dit begin van graad R af tot graad 12. Dan was daar nou nie so iets in plek nie, dan almal by die verskillende crashes het maar so op hulle eie gewerk, goeie werk gedoen. Ons sê nie hulle het verkeerd gedoen nie, hulle het goeie werk gedoen, maar dan het hulle verskillende programme gevolg. Miskien Montessori of die NELS program, en soms dan is dat releases, instansies ook, en volg hulle ook hulle eie program. Maar nou is dit is nou protocol, legislation nou. Ons NCF, dit is een NCF curriculum, National Curriculum Framework from birth to 4 year old. So ek het gegaan vir training, ek is ook nou 'n trainer. En van verlede jaar af het ek nou al 4 groepe getrain. Daar is omtrent 30 teachers, mense wat met crashes, met kinders werk by crashes, en dan train ons vir hulle die curriculum, te kom met manuals en alles so. Baie belangrik. Dit is baie belangrik.
Ek moet nou eerlikwaar sê, nee, ek luister nou na die woorde wat u gebruik. Obviously het ek nie 'n klou waarvan jy praat nie, maar ek probeer daarom so dit mooi en by mekaar sit. So dit wys dan ook dat ons onderwysdepartement het heeltemal verander,
ja, nee, ek moet sê daar is van inclusive education. Ons wil hê aan die WCD, Western Cape Education Department, ons wil hê dat die gestremde kind moet geïnclude word. Hulle moet saam wees met die by die mainstream skole. So dit is nie maklik nie. Dit is infrastructure, die toilette moet groot genoeg wees vir die wheelchair, daar moet ramps wees by die hekke, by die skole vir die kinders om in te laat. Maar besides, dat gaan ek sê, dit kom van binne af. Die mindset van die juffrou, die mindset van die hele personeel, van die hoof, van almal wat involved is, all role players. Dit is so belangrik, want as hulle nie in hulle hart al die kind aanvaar nie, met die gebrek nie, dan gaan ons kan al die boeke daar het, ons kan die curriculum het, die manual het, maar ek is jammer om te sê dat gaan nie succesvol is nie. So dat moet 'n passie wees.
Nou en Nadia, u het dan nou ook nog vir my ietsie gelees wat dan nou soos 'n poem is. Dan moet ek dan sê u doen so baie goede, dan is hy nog ook 'n poet. Do you know it?
Ja, Andrea, soos ek reg aan die begin gesê het, is nie maklik nie. Dit kan stresvol ook wees om met gestremde kinders te werk, want jy weet ook nie altyd, doen ek die regte iets en so nie. Daarom het ek gesê, lifelong learning, en doen allemaal die cursuses van die different disabilities en so voort. Maar dit is nie maklik nie, en dan toe het ek begin dit op papier skryf, op papier sit. Maar my poems is eintlik, ek praat. My poems, I am appealing. Ek praat namens disabled persone, namens gestremde persone, namens hulle ouers ook, en om vir hulle te aanvaar. Vir mense, wat allemaal net om vir hulle lief te wees, aanvaar vir hulle, geef hulle kans. Want hulle, they deserve a chance. Daar is hoop, en my poems vat jou op 'n journey. Ek begin by die ouers, want alles begin by die ouer. Die kind is eers in 'n familie in. Die ma is verwagtend, en die kind word gebore, die kind is eers deel van 'n familie, dan raak die kind deel van die community, en dan moet die kind nou uitgaan, want gestremde mense kan nie net by die huis is ook nie. Daar moet hulle kan geleer word, hulle kan geskool word, maar ons moet die opportunities moet ook daar is te min opportunities, daar is te min plekke.
Wil jy vir ons een van die poems lees, Kanala?
Ek sal graag lees. Ja, ek het omtrent 50 poems geskryf al. En nou die poems is, ek praat met die ouers, dit is 'n journey, ek praat met ouers, met community mense, met juffrouens, met almal. En ook met die gestremde mense, dit is belangrik. Ek praat namens hulle shout out vir mense, aanvaar ons, respek ons, geef ons liefde, gee ons 'n kans. Nou die poem wat ek vandag nog gekies het om te lees is, omdat ek nou in die educational field is, en ek voel, deur my experience, weet ek, daar is juffrouens, menere daar buite, hulle sê altyd, ek dink ek kan met gestremde nie, kan eens werken, maar ek wil net vir hulle motiveer, hulle kan.
U wil hulle verkeerd bewys.
Ek wil vir hulle verkeer. Onderwyser, dis tyd vir integrasie. Maak hulle deel van jou klasgroep. Dit is jou ingesore plig in jou beroep. Dit is nou tyd om hulle te integreer. Wees positief. Jy sal hulle kan beheer. Gee hom 'n boek. Hy het 'n reg om te versoek. Jy kan hom nie laat staan in die hoek. Moet hom nie verwyd. Kry jy dan nie spyt? Gee hom 'n pen. Motiveer hom om te wen. Jy moet hom prys sodat hy hom beter kan bewys. Dit is nou tyd om hulle te integreer. Wees positief. Jy sal hulle kan beheer. Wees positief oor die integrasie. Dit sal beslis 'n invloed hê in jou hart, in jou klas, in jou skool, in die gemeenskap, in ons reënboognasie, Suid-Afrika. Dit is my plig in my beroep. Dit is jou plig in jou beroep. Dit is ons plig in die onderwysberoep. Almal kan 'n positiewe invloed hê. Dit is 'n belangrike, noodsaaklike, moontlike taak. Onderwysers, dis nou tyd vir integrasie.
Ja. Wel, dan moet ek dan nou vir jy sê, jy hoef nie altyd die woorde te hê nie. Maar as jy 'n pen in jou hand het en jy het daai blaai, dan kom daai woorde sommer van self. En dit het dan Nadia Anthony so pas vir ons bewys. En Nadia, ons praat dan nou ook van befondsing, funding en so aan. Hoe en waar kry julle dan julle befondsing vandaan?
Antia Pieter, kan ek net nog iets noem van die poems?
Okay.
En ek is ook nou tans besig. Die poems is in Engels, ek het Afrikaans, maar dan is het, word dit nou ook vertaal in isiXhosa en in Sesotho ook, want ek wil die boodskap, ek wil die meer mense met die boodskap kry, ja.
Okay.
En Antia Pieter het gevra van die
befondsing, die funding, ja.
Voor my foundation, de Nadia Anthony Foundation.
Yes.
Ik heb dit al begin 2004 al. Want ik heb gezien, daar is een gap. Daar is te min support voor gestremden in die families en zo aan. Ik heb dit begin met mijn familie en ik gebruik meestal van de tijd van mijn eigen geld gebruik. Maar nu raak het een beetje nou...
Knijperig.
Het is knijperig, want een mens wil zo meer doen. In plaats van hulle net 2 keer vir 'n jaar uitvat, wil 'n mens miskien vir hulle nou elke kwartaal eers uitneem.
Natuurlijk, ja.
En so dinge is 'n mens kan nie dinge doen sonder geld ook nie. Daar moet wees.
Okay.
So ek maak hier funding om van my poems ook sodat ek dit kan publish.
Okay.
En ook net vir die running van die organisation. Ja,
Okay. Wat is dit wat u eintlik, alles is natuurlik broodnodig, maar wat is die ding wat vir u op die oomblik die belangrikste is?
Vir my die belangrikste is as ek 'n premises kan kry aan Tabita regtig. Want ek doen alles hier van my huis af en dan doen dit dan as ons uitgaan ook op uitstappies, dan kry ons mekaar daar. Ek maak hier premises sodat ek vir meer mense en vir meer gestremdes en families en meer mense kan help. En ek het volunteers ook wat ook normaal is en dan leer hulle ook en die workshops gebeur soms hier by my huis ook. Maar dit raak 'n bietjie klein nou.
Okay. En Nadia, ek kan net vir u sê baie shukran en ek kan net dink waar u moet gaan en wat u moet maak. Maar vir enige hulp wat u nodig het, u moet maar net praat, ons doen wat ons kan.
O, Antia Pieter, baie shukran.
Wel, en so sê my gas natuurlik, Nadia Anthony. En ek hoop jy het baie mooi geluister. En soos ek nou net sê, laat ons maar help waar ons kan. Tot volgende keer, mooi bly. Ek is Abida Dixon Mohammed. Totsiens. Assalamu alaikum.
That's it for this week's episode of Inspirational Women. Join us next week as we bring you more fascinating stories from inspirational women from all walks of life. And remember, your potential is as endless as the rolling seas.